All right, we're getting to that time of year, a little bit of garbage time.
Yeah.
The contenders and the pretenders have been separated, so maybe some new opportunities for some new guys. Guy who really got his opportunity, Jonas Gray. What do we expect?
Yeah, as we're looking at Jonas Gray in free agency, I almost didn't even cover him because I assumed he'd been rostered in virtually all leagues, and then I did a little digging, and it turns out that's not the case. Across all the major fantasy platforms, he's only owned in half of fantasy leagues. That's not going to be the case much longer after you get set a franchise record 4 rushing touchdown game. So here's what you need to know about Jonas Gray. When the Patriots are playing with a lead, he's going to get the ball a lot, and the Patriots are ahead a lot. So he's had at least 12 carries in 3 straight games. We know the usage is going to be there. It's really just a matter of how aggressive are you with your blind bidding free agency amount. And I think you got to be pretty aggressive here. I would bid up to 50% of your starting cap at the beginning of the year. That's a lot, but it looks like he's going to be the starting running back on a really powerful offense for the rest of the year.
The Oakland Raiders going nowhere fast, but Latavius Murray's going somewhere, and he's going there pretty fast.
Well, we'll find out. I'm optimistic here because the Raiders gain absolutely nothing by continuing to bang away, fruitlessly with Darren McFadden and Maurice Jones-Drew. Both guys are old, they're ineffective, and they serve no purpose on a winless team going forward. So hopefully the Raiders will start to use the super athletic Latavius Murray more. He's coming off his biggest usage game ever. He had 24 snaps last week. He touched the ball 7 times, and he turned those 7 touches into an impressive 59 yards. So I think there's a real scenario here where Murray becomes the Raiders' starting runner as soon as this weekend, and he never looks back. In terms of free agency dollars, I'd bid about 15% on him on that prospect.
All right, a popular name that was utterly droppable earlier this year, Wes Welker, worth an ad.
A guy that's been in turmoil all season from a fantasy standpoint, all the way back to your draft when he was suspended early and then, just not producing really all year long. He's been dropped in about 20-30% of leagues, but now, at least in the very short term, with Emmanuel Sanders likely missing this week's game, it gives Wes Welker a chance to redeem his awful season, if only for a game or two. Welker retains his normal slot role in the receiver that lines up in the slot, and I think he's got a very good chance to have a big game this week against a banged up and already awful Cortland Finnegan, the slot corner in Miami. And if Finnegan can't go, then he goes to his backup, Jamar Taylor, who's presumably even worse. So one way or another, I think this lines up as a good opportunity for Wes Welker, especially if Sanders doesn't go. And even if Sanders does go, this is a good matchup.
Mark Ingram's been the workhorse in New Orleans, but Pierre Thomas is back, and the Saints probably looking to maybe use him a little more?
Yeah, Pierre Thomas is a good opportunity here. And, the fact that Drew Brees threw a whopping 7 passes to Mark Ingram last week demonstrates how badly that team misses their designated pass catcher, Pierre Thomas. He's due back this week. He's been dropped in a lot of leagues because he's been gone for so long. And I think he picks up about where he left off as a PPR flex option in fantasy leagues. He averages a respectable 56 total yards per game, 4.5 receptions per game, and half a touchdown per game. That's not bad. I mean, that's really your flex running back kind of territory. I think he belongs on rosters. You could bid maybe 10% of your cap.
He used to just be kind of that Devery Henderson deep threat, Kenny Stills, but now Brandon Cook's down. Maybe a little more opportunity for him.
Yeah, he really should get a lot more snaps, and I like that part of the opportunity here. Brandon Cooks, he's got the broken thumb. Some people say only 2 weeks, but it seems more like this is a month or even a 6-week injury, and you may even have to consider cutting Brandon Cooks outright, which is tough, but you could pick up his probable replacement, Kenny Stills. Last season was his rookie year, and Stills, I thought, looked okay, brought some really good straight line downfield speed to the table, and look, he's not as good as Brandon Cooks. He's not, but he's going to get a lot of snaps in a Drew Brees-led offense, and that's always worth something.
We had one more, didn't we?
I think that's it.
Okay, that's it. We do have more at fantasyvictory.com.
We've got a bunch more guys at fantasyvictory.com, and you can see the full list of free agents there and also available on your phone with the Fantasy Victory app.
Download
we highly recommend that.
Android and iTunes.
Yeah.